That medicine, academia, doctors, many biohackers look at aging is all wrong. Here's how you need to look at it. Hello, I am Christian Drapeau. I'm a stem cell scientist and author of the book Cracking the Stem Cell Code, and I help people live longer, better lives. The general understanding is that if you are, let's say, 60 years old, you have a 60-year-old heart, 60-year-old lung, brain, liver, pancreas, spleen, every part of your body, and it is not the case. What stem cell science is clearly showing is that every single organ and tissue is constantly in the process of turnover. Now, studies are suggesting what is the time frame of this turnover. There's no hard number. You have a new pancreas every 4 to 6 years, a new liver 2 to 3 years, new lung 4 to 6 years, new muscle 9 years. One study has documented more specifically the heart. You have half of a new heart every 25 years. But the concept here is just to understand that you're constantly in the process of tissue turnover, meaning that you lose cells every day. So to stay healthy, if you are 60 years old and you still have a liver, and your liver has a turnover rate every 2 to 3 years, that means you've had many livers in your life. So you lose cells, cells are being replaced. And that is the crucial role of stem cells in your life and to keep your health in the process of aging. The problem is that we're born with red marrow that makes stem cells. That red marrow quickly converts into yellow marrow, fatty marrow that does not make stem cells, and it's associated with a drastic decline in the number of stem cells in circulation. By age 30, we have lost almost 90% of our stem cells in circulation. It's somewhere in our 30s that we don't have enough stem cells to offset the normal process of cellular loss. That's when aging starts to be experienced. You want to keep the health that you have when you are in your 30s or 40s, or when you are older. If you want to go back a little bit back in years, in terms of sort of reversed aging, put more stem cells in circulation to boost your body's ability to rejuvenate, regenerate, renew your organs and tissues. In mainstream medicine, talk more about the link between stem cells and diabetes. This knowledge could literally change the life of diabetes patients. Hi, I am Christian Drapeau. I'm a stem cell scientist and I help people live longer, better lives. Stem cells are the body's repair system. And here's the link between stem cells and diabetes, because it's a complex sort of a relationship. If you take a diabetic patient and you count how many stem cells they have in circulation, there's a lesser number of stem cells, meaning fewer stem cells are available to repair the pancreas. Now, because of elevated blood glucose, it also suppresses the ability of the bone marrow to release stem cells. So you have fewer stem cells, and then you kind of suppress the release of more stem cells. So it's kind of an endless loop here that is not good for diabetic patients. And it was shown that if we can put more stem cells in circulation, you can very significantly enhance the ability of the pancreas to produce insulin. You can normalize many aspects of the life of a diabetic patient. Now, why is medicine not talking about this? This is not here criticism. It's just pure objective observation. There's always a gap between research, academia, and medicine, the practice of medicine. There's a lot of studies out there in the scientific literature documenting the link between stem cells and diabetes. But until there's enough of that and it constitutes a body of data that is big enough to really be inserted in academia, then you doctors don't hear about it. So unless they look for it, they're not aware of it. And that's really just the reality of research. So if you want to know how you can put more stem cells in circulation, just go see my videos. I think that stem cells can reverse Parkinson. I do, because I have seen it. Hello, I am Christian Drapeau. I'm a stem cell scientist and the author of the book Cracking the Stem Cell Code, and I help people live longer, better lives. Studies in animals have clearly shown that by putting more stem cells in circulation, you can reverse a condition like Parkinson, an animal model of Parkinson. When that was then done in humans, it was documented that yes, putting more stem cells in circulation can affect a condition like Parkinson. We have seen a number of cases with some of the plant extract that I have worked with over the years. So, and for that reason, we're actually starting a study. Actually, this month, right now, we are starting a study on Parkinson with a combination of these plant extract documented to put more stem cells in circulation. So as that study moves forward, we'll obviously talk about some of the benefits, and when it's all done, we will publish the data. But yes, I do believe that it can help Parkinson because, again, I have seen it. Erectile function. Stem cell can support erectile function. The science is clear. More stem cells in circulation means better erectile function, and at the same time there's a direct link between erectile function and various parameters associated with cardiovascular health, like the health of your arteries, atherosclerosis, or the absence of atherosclerosis, or the early markers of atherosclerosis, and also ejection fraction, the amount of blood ejected from the heart with each heartbeat. And these are also linked to stem cells. More stem cells in circulation means better arterial health, less atherosclerosis, and better ejection fraction. So stem cells can support erectile function.
I'm Doug Lester from Marine City, Michigan. I'm 61 years old this year. I've been with Healthy Home from the very first day. We've taken the products ever since they've been available for the very first day. The STEM Active, the AO12, and with the new addition of Amaze, I have some amazing results that I'd like to share with you. Before, I was completely white here. All my facial hair was white. Now I'm seeing different dark colors come back in. I've been rejuvenated. I used to shave my head once a day. After I started taking the combination and the addition of Amaze, now I've been shaving twice a day. I mean, it's just it's an amazing result. But I think the greatest result is that I was diagnosed with diabetes, high blood sugar. So before this combination, the doctor wanted me to even take insulin, but it didn't fit my lifestyle. I wasn't game for that. So what we did was we started taking a combination of everything, and when the Amaze was added in, my blood sugar went from 400 to 120. That's just amazing, without any medication. My A1C went from 9 to 6.5, which is perfect where they want it. So it's been a great addition for me and my family. I have neuropathy in both hands, right here. I struggled every day for 6 months to put my socks on. One day I noticed that I didn't have any pain in my hands. This was maybe about 3 weeks ago, after taking the Amaze for a month and a half. After about 3 weeks ago, I noticed that there was no pain anymore. I hesitated to say anything about it because I didn't know if it was what was going on, because it seemed like it was too good to be true. But I gotta tell you, with the addition of the Amaze, it's just been amazing. I'm not telling you this because it's our company. I'm not telling you this because it's our product, which is an amazing product. I'm telling you this because it worked for me. And I think it will work for you too. Everybody needs to try these products. And don't forget the Amaze. It's the amazing product that we have right now. My results are off the charts.
Put more stem cells in your bloodstream. Can you change the course of a disease or any condition in your body? Hello, I am Christian Drapeau. I am a stem cell scientist and the author of the best-selling book, Cracking the Stem Cell Code. We rarely think or talk about disease in that way, but if you really think about it, every single degenerative disease is the cause or is caused by a loss of cell or a loss of cellular function. Think of diabetes. It's the loss of cells making insulin. Think of Parkinson, the loss of cells making dopamine. Hypothyroidism, the loss of cells making T3, T4. Emphysema, the loss of cells in the lung, and so on and so forth. And since stem cells can become cells of virtually every single tissue and organs of the body, then indeed putting more stem cells in circulation can help improve or sometimes even reverse the course of a disease. And many studies have been done demonstrating just that. If you have something that can put more stem cells in circulation, it has been shown to really improve a whole slew of conditions. So yes, putting more stem cells in circulation can definitely help. You have heart problems and you were told that too bad for you, your heart cannot repair, cannot regenerate, then let me tell you this is old news. You can regenerate your heart. Hi, I am Christian Drapeau. I'm a stem cell scientist and I help people live longer, better lives. So we have an ongoing study on the effect of plants that release stem cells on congestive heart failure. And I'm working right now on a draft to be published in the peer-reviewed scientific literature. And as I'm working on this, I kind of dove back into the scientific literature to refresh my mind, to have all the data to start drafting. And as I'm reading all of this, I'm just blown away by the fact that there's still a general belief, message, that the heart is an organ that does not regenerate. And yet, there's tons of literature clearly documenting that the heart can regenerate, and it does this with stem cells. If you can put more stem cells in circulation, yes, your heart can repair and regenerate. If there's anything that you need to repair in your body right now, you need to take collagen. Here's why. Hello, I am Christian Drapeau. I am a stem cell scientist and I help people live longer, better lives. I'm a huge believer in collagen for one simple reason. Collagen is the most prominent peptide protein in your body. It's everywhere in your body. It's in your bones, it's in your tissue. It's the soft skeleton of pretty much everything in your body. We talk about it for the skin because we're obsessed with wrinkles and how the skin is looking like, but it's everywhere in the body. So as we age, we are not exposed to collagen peptides because when you eat meat, any kind of meat, what is it that you leave in your plate? It's the stuff that is rubbery, that is not pleasant to chew, and that is the collagen. When's the last time that you had skin for dinner? Aside from never. We don't eat skin. We don't eat the sources of food that do contain collagen peptides, because collagen is made of many peptides, but there are a few of them, specifically one, hydroxyproline, and it's a peptide, an amino acid that has a curve in its structure, and it allows to have this helicoidal, this sort of helix, coil structure of collagen that gives collagen its flexibility, its strength, its elasticity, which is needed. When you don't have these amino acids into your diet, then your collagen becomes faulty. Your body cannot make it. The collagen it makes does not have the normal flexibility. You need to provide your body with collagen peptides to allow your skin, great, to be better, but to allow everything in your body to be able to repair properly. I myself take them out anywhere between 10 to 20 grams a day. Very likely that you're looking at aging all wrong, and I'm about to blow your mind. Hello, I am Christian Drapeau. I'm a stem cell scientist and I help people live longer, better lives. Let's say you are 40, 50, 60, 70 years old and what you think is that you have a 70-year-old or 60-year-old liver, you have a 60-year-old heart, a 60-year-old lung, a 60-year-old pancreas. But what stem cell research has revealed is that that is not the case. Every single organ and tissue in your body is constantly in the process of turnover. So you literally have a new pancreas every 4 to 6 years, and your liver every 2-3 years. So your organs are much younger than you are. The problem is that as you lose cells and they are replaced with stem cells, is that the number of stem cells in your bloodstream declines drastically as you age. By age 30, you have lost almost 90% of the stem cells that you're born with. And there's a time in our 30s, early 40s, where we discovered we're no longer Superman, Wonder Woman. That's when we start to wake up every day thinking that, gee, my health is not what it used to be. That's when we have started to not have enough stem cells to fully offset the normal cellular loss. And that's when your organs start to decline because they're not repairing as they should. That is the process of aging. And if we count the number of stem cells in the bloodstream of people who have developed all kinds of age-related problems, All these people have statistically, those studies were done, statistically less than half of the stem cells that we find in a healthy person. How many stem cells you have in your bloodstream is specifically and directly what will determine your health today and in the years to come. We have so many videos talking about how you can put more stem cells in circulation. Go and see, watch them, and start today living a longer and better life. To see what a product like StemActive can do for you in terms of releasing stem cells, the next time you go to the gym, just like work out to the fullest, like do something that you know the day after would make you sore, and then take 2 capsules of StemActive after your workout and then before you go to bed, and see how you feel the day after compared to when you have done the same thing without releasing your own stem cells. And you will see what your stem cells can do for repair. And then think that they can understand here that they don't only go to your muscles, they will go everywhere in your body and do the same kind of repair. To know how vital your stem cells are for your survival. So let's talk about it. Hello, I am Christian Drapeau. I am a stem cell scientist and I help people live longer, better lives. So you can live probably a few minutes without heartbeats, probably 7-8 minutes without oxygen, probably up to about 2 weeks without water, up to maybe 6 weeks without food, and up to 12 weeks without stem cells. So stem cells, just like food and oxygen, are absolutely vital for your survival. And this was partly discovered with the event at Hiroshima. People who got radiated, which killed all their stem cells, well, they could not survive for more than 3 months without stem cells. And it's also a few years later, through an accident in a nuclear plant in Yugoslavia, that it was discovered that the whole concept of stem cells were sort of brought back in the forefront of science when people got irradiated, and they thought that they would have to give them blood transfusion for the rest of their lives. And after 1 blood transfusion, they started to make their own blood. So it was clear that there was a cell in the blood that was able to reconstitute the entire blood system in the entire bone marrow. And that's what today, or later on, we discovered they are your stem cells. So just like you take care of breathing and eating, make sure you take care of your stem cells every day. I have plenty of videos on that. You ever believe something to be true, but everybody around you is doubting you, and then years later, it turns out to be true? I have a story for you. Hi, my name is Christian Drapeau. I'm a stem cell scientist, and I help people live longer, better lives. I get a lot of comments from people doubting the kind of information that I put out about stem cells, and it's really just because they're just getting aware of that kind of information. But it all started more than 20 years ago. In 2001, I published an article in the scientific literature describing or suggesting that stem cells are the repair system of the body. Soon after, I discovered the first plant releasing stem cells, and then we developed the whole concept of using plant extract to put more stem cells in circulation. The first obstacle was that this is ridiculous. Stem cells do not become cells, other cells in the body. Now we know that it is true. Then the other obstacle was that if you put more stem cells in circulation, it really doesn't mean anything for health. So we had to demonstrate that yes, more stem cells in circulation means that it's going to enhance health. Then the next thing was the whole political environment where stem cells meant in the minds of so many people using baby parts. It has never been baby parts. Then all of this was lifted after the Vatican actually backed up research on adult stem cells. So I was at the Vatican in 2011. I met Dr. Trifni, who was the Monsignor in charge of all the scientific affairs in the stem cell dossier. So it is a slow evolution. So it's 20 years of research. It's my life's work. But we know very well today there are plant extract that can trigger the release of your own stem cells. When you have more stem cells in circulation, your body has a greater ability to repair and remain healthy. So do everything you can to put more stem cells in circulation. So if you ever have an idea that you know in your heart is true, and people are doubting, then just really sit with it, stick with it, and continue working on it. If you are a past smoker or still smoke, whatever it is, and you know that what you're doing can damage your lung, then we'll be talking about how you can support your lung today. Hello, I am Christian Drapeau. I'm a stem cell scientist, and I help people live longer, better lives. There's one thing that is emerging from the whole field of stem cell research, which to me is actually the most important. And it's the understanding that every single organs in the body are constantly in the process of turnover. So if you are 60-year-old, you don't have 60-year-old heart or a 60-year-old lung. Your lung is constantly in the process of turnover. So if you want to repair your lung, support the system that repairs your lung, and that's your stem cells. Here's a story that can show the extent with which your lung can repair. It's the story of a man. He was a construction worker, and at some point in a place with refrigeration, there was a leak, and he was exposed to ammonia. So, as you may know, ammonia is used in refrigeration, and it has one characteristic: if you breathe it, extremely dangerous. It basically freezes your lung, and your lung becomes like fine glass, and alveoli can actually break, and that's what happened. So his lung was severely damaged. He was on disability, literally unable to work, barely able to move, and that's when I came across that case with a doctor. His doctor who knew what I was doing with stem cells, so gave him plants that supported the release of his own stem cells, and within a matter of something like 3-4 months, the man was back to work, basically with relatively normal lung capacity and lung function. So in a case like this, if his stem cells could help his lung, your stem cells can help yours in the same way. And there's a bunch of videos that you can go back and see how you can put more stem cells in circulation.
If we count the number of stem cells in the bloodstream of people who have developed erectile dysfunction, atherosclerosis, diabetes, liver failure, COPD, Parkinson, lupus, arthritis, kidney failure. I mean, the list is growing. Anytime there's a new study, we see the same results. All these people have, on average, less than 50% of the number of stem cells that you find in a healthy person of the same age. How many stem cells you have in your blood today to offset the normal process of tissue, of cellular loss, is what will determine your health for now and the rest of your life.